Hi, hello, and welcome back to F1 Challenge VB. My name is Mephisto, and our epic journey through the history of Formula One continues today with the sixth round of the 1953 season, the British Grand Prix. It was held on the 18th of July. It had 29 entries, 28 of them took part in the race, with 18 retiring by the end. The race consisted of 90 laps completed in 2 hours and 50 minutes. Ascari qualified in pole, with Gonzalez in second, Hawthorn third, Fangio fourth, and Farina occupying the fifth spot on the grid. Ascari drove a brilliant race to win the British Grand Prix. Fangio came home in second, 1 lap behind. Farina was second and 2 laps down. Gonzalez fourth, also 2 laps down. And Hawthorn was only able to manage fifth. He was 3 laps behind the leader. 1 minute 50 was the fastest lap of the race, and it was posted by Alberto Ascari. Back in Britain at the brilliant Silverstone circuit, the lap starts off with a quick sprint into Copse, a medium speed right-hander. I really enjoyed this corner a lot. Next is Maggots, a high-speed left-hander, and it brings us into Beckett, a slow to medium-speed right-hander, which immediately brings us into the high-speed Chapel, then onto the Hanger Straight, the longest straight on the circuit. Brake hard for turn 4, Stow, down to 3rd gear, easy on the throttle as you exit though, it might catch you off guard. Next we have Club, another medium-speed right-hander, followed by the fastest corner of the track, Abbey, which is more of a kink than an actual corner. And finally we have Woodcut, a high-speed right-hander, which brings us onto the main straight of the track, and that is a lap around Silverstone. Alright, so here we are at Silverstone and there is no qualifying. Uh, and that is because the game crashes every time the session gets into about 5 minutes in, and well, you cannot really put in a lap in 5 minutes, no matter how fast you are. And what you've seen, it was I skipped straight to the end of the session. You can do that, but you cannot run the qualifying itself. Anyway, we have Ascari on pole, Fangio second, Farina third, Mike Hawthorn starts from fourth, very well for him, and Jose Ferran Gonzalez is rounding up the top 5. Tintinia sixth, Marimon seventh, Oscar Galvez eighth, Felice Bonetto ninth, De Graffenried is 10th, Sterling Moss is starting, well, midfield in 11th, Herman Lang is 12th, Jean Bera 13th, Harry Schell 14th, Louis Rosier 15th, 16th is Ken Wharton, Roberto Mieres is 17th, 18th is Prince Bira, and of course Andy Higgs, who didn't qualify, is 19th. Again, I cannot do anything about that, the fact that the game crashes. It does so in a couple of instances, so anywho, let's enjoy the race. Hopefully it's going to be a big one. Hawthorn is, I think, the biggest concern at this race for myself, if we can even get up in among the front runners. Sterling Moss would be another one, although he's driving a Connaught. I'm expecting him to put up a good fight, as there's already chaos here at the British Grand Prix. And we move up into 16th. As we come into Copse, we have Roberto Mieres in front of us in his Maserati. He goes to the right there and then to the left. He's swerving a little bit. Luckily in 1950 that wasn't really considered an illegal move. But anyway, coming now through Maggot, there's a Ferrari at the edge of the circuit. As we come into Beckett's now, slow down, 3rd gear. There's a Maserati on the embankment there. Now next is Chapel. Bira is right behind us. He's putting under pressure, but we won't give in. I'm trying to drive a little bit slow to kind of stay out of trouble, make it easier to stay out of trouble. Anyway, we have a look at the start, another look at the start from a replay. Not much has happened for us, except we made up 3 spots because the AI is kind of dumb, but we already knew that, didn't we? And now we're having a look at a replay. This is Ascari, who loses control of the car. He has a tangle with Farina and another Ferrari. I'm not sure who that is. It's number 2, I think. No, it's not. Anyway, Ascari lost control and he kind of ended up on the pit lane. This is Nino Farina, who later lost control of his car, and that is one of the Maserati's crashing into Farina and taking him out of the race. It was actually Felice Bonetto. There we see him crashing again, and one of the Coopers also got involved in that little incident. And it was actually Jean Behra who who got tangled up in that little mess. So quite bad for him. Next we have Ken Wharton, who's coming into Woodcut, and I'm not entirely sure why, but he is where he shouldn't be. Why is the AI? Next is Bira in his Connaught. He drives straight into the pit wall, but they shouldn't be there. Even if they're coming into the pits, it makes no sense that they're where they are. And that was Gonzalez in his Maserati. That seriously, that made no sense. There was no reason to go in that deep, even if they were trying to go into the pits. Oh well. There were two other retirements, which were Hawthorn and I forgot who the other one was. And we're now looking at Maurice Tintignan, who's coming through cops and loses control of the car, spins it and then flips it over. So that is the end of his race. And we are now in third, chasing after Sterling Moss, who is about 5 seconds up the road. Behind us is Juan Manuel Fangio at around 8 seconds behind us. Lap 4 coming through cops, and the weather has cleared quite a lot, and Sterling Moss overtakes us, so we drop down into third. We overtook Moss at some point, but I don't know when. Anyway, he came back and overtook us, and we are having a look at Harry Schell, who goes in. Again, I'm not sure what exactly he did there, but he lost control of his Simca, then drives along that part there and flips over the Maserati, actually putting him back in the race, I guess. I'm not sure who it is, but oh well. Weird little accident here at Woodcut. I'm not sure how that happens, but oh well. Lap 5, and Sterling Moss lost control of his car, and we move up into second. Onofre Marimon is leading the race at this point, which is, well, good for him, bad for us. And here we see Louis Rosier coming into the pits to obviously retire, because that's what the AI does in these early parts of the mod, which is a bit annoying, but oh well. Anyway, we're still chasing after Onofre Marimon. He's around 9 seconds up the road. Moss fell behind. He's quite far behind, and that was Onofre Marimon's Maserati. It seems like he lost control of the car, and he is out of the Grand Prix, because as you probably noticed, he was flipped upside down, and here he is coming very wide through cops, flips the car over, and that is the end of his race. And there's another Maserati doing the exact same thing, although it looks like this one lands on its wheel, so he'll be able to stay in the race. And this is Sterling Moss in his Connaught doing the exact same thing as Marimon, going wide through cops and flips his car over, which, well, it's kind of a shame. So we are this was lap 7. We are in the lead of the race with Juan Manuel Fangio almost 30 seconds behind us. The race is still long, and he has plenty of time to catch up, and we are now on lap 22, and indeed Juan Manuel Fangio managed to overtake us, so we now fall back down to second. It took him a long time, but he managed to do it. Not sure how, but the Maserati is faster than the Ferrari here in Britain at the British Grand Prix. Lap 23, and Gonzalez kind of loses control of his Maserati. We barely avoid him, but we move back up into first position. Not a long race left, and now coming through Woodcut to finish lap 29, and Juan Manuel Fangio once again catches up to us as we start lap 30, and 2 more laps to go, and he moved back up into the lead. We fall back down to second with Gonzalez in third, right behind us. Well, not right behind us, he's 1 minute 15 seconds behind. But yeah, Juan Manuel Fangio crosses the line on lap 41 to win the race. We come home in second. Gonzalez will finish in third. Um, what can I say? Well done to Fangio. He managed to beat us in his Maserati. Not entirely sure how, because his car shouldn't be as fast as it is, but oh well. We finished second. Unfortunately, we are the only British driver to finish, which is, well, not very good. As we take a look at the retirements now, Sterling Moss, who retired, managed to actually post the fastest lap of the race. It was actually around 2 seconds faster than the next fastest lap, which was posted by Jose Froilan Gonzalez. But yeah, that was the British Grand Prix. Not as good as the previous two Grand Prix, but still more people finished than what we generally see in these races, so I'll call that a success. Anyway, here are the career statistics, and this was Andy's 30th Grand Prix. His best start is first, has 1 pole position, posted 7 fastest laps, his best finish is first, has completed 20 races, 20 of them being in the points, has 12 wins, 2 of which at the Indianapolis 500, no wins at the Monaco Grand Prix yet, has won 2 titles, has a total of 132 points, has retired 10 times, has experienced 655 out of 832 laps, has 3 bronze trophies, 2 silver trophies, 12 gold trophies, and that's an extension, 12 podiums. And now a quick look at the championship standings. Higgs is still in the lead, actually extending his lead slightly over Gonzalez, who remains in second. Farina is now in third, so I think he was third since last race, actually, looking at the results there. And everyone down to Maurice Tintignan, who is in 14th, has scored points. Ascari is not doing all that well. Anyways, guys, that is it for the British Grand Prix. I guess you could call it a good race. I had a bit of fun, especially towards the end when Fangio started to challenge us and actually went on and won the race. But yeah, that is it from me. Don't forget to vote for next season's team. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.